What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 16 of the How to Code a Spigot plugin for 1.15 series. In today's episode, I'm going to go over a Kit GUI. I went over a Kit GUI in my last series for 1.14, and it was kind of weak. It didn't involve many things. So in this episode, it's going to be a little differently. So I'm going to show you guys what it's going to look like. So whenever we run the command /kits, it'll open up this GUI, and I coded in 3 kits. We're going to have a noob kit, iron kit, and a diamond kit. So if I click on noob kit, you'll see a chest spawns right in front of me, and when you click on that chest, it'll open up and you'll see the kit right here. So it doesn't have to deal with anything. The kit's not going to spawn in the inventory because we don't want to deal with inventory being full and stuff like that. We're just going to spawn a chest with the kit right there. And then similarly, if I do kits iron, click on iron, you'll see a chest spawns right in front of me with the iron kit. And then finally, to show you guys custom items, I made a diamond kit. And when you click on the diamond kit, some custom items will show with some diamond tools with some enchantments, as well as a custom name. So this would be like an item meta and edits right here. And these are just kind of just spawning in normal Minecraft items. Now, it is pretty simple. I coded this plugin in about 30 minutes. So we're about probably to take that much time to explain it. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So I went ahead and created a project already. I created a project called Kit GUI. Went ahead into the SRC and I created a package called me.codered.kitgui. And then I created the main class and I filled in some of the basic information, like the extends Java plugin, which brings in our Spigot API, and the 2 methods for the onEnable and the onDisable. Just went ahead and I just coded this in to get rid of it, because that's all basic stuff that we should all know how to do. So let's go ahead and create the first thing and the easiest thing, and that is going to be our command class. So it will be a public boolean on command, and you already need to pass in those parameters of the command sender, called sender, the command cmd, the string label, and the array of strings I'm going to call args. When we're typing return false, I'm going to import Control-Shift-O to automatically import all that. Make sure importing the right command one is this bucket.command.command. Next, I'm going to say if label dot equals ignore case, and the command is kits. So if they're typing in kits, the first thing you want to check if they are a player or if they are if they are a console. So if sender is instance of player, and if their exclamation point says if they're not instance of player, that means they're a console, and we can just say return true and say sender dot send message console cannot open kits. Now that we know they're a player, we go ahead and create player equals a cast of a player to the sender. And all we're going to do for this is just open up an inventory, and the inventory I'm going to make is this is a global variable, and we're just going to call it I'm going to make a static public static inventory, and I'm going to name it kits. Go ahead and import inventory. And all we're going to do in the command is do player.open inventory kits. Once they do that, we can say return true. So what is in our inventory kits? Well, we didn't put anything in there yet, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to create another method, and this is going to be a private void create inventory. And inside create inventory, we're going to create a bunch of different things, and this is basically just the GUI itself. So it's kits. Right now, we're just going to create these 3 items right here to put in our inventory. And these 3 items, first thing you need to do is create the actual inventory, and we're going to call this inventory inv equals bucket dot create inventory, and I'm going to say null because we don't have an owner to be a global one. Be a size 9, and then the title, you can make it whatever you want for simplicity. Wrong import. To make it simple, And fast, I'm just gonna do chat color.gold plus kits. Import chat color. And when it comes to customizing stuff, I try to keep it as simple as I can in the videos. I don't want to make the videos an hour long. So when it comes to customizing stuff, you guys can play around with it. And if you need help, go ahead and join my Discord and I'll help you the best way I can. So the next thing we're going to do is create the first item in that GUI. Item equals new item stack. And I'm going to use a material.crafting table. Go ahead and import item stack. Next, I'm going to say item meta. Meta equals item.get item meta. And then here is where all the customization comes in. You can just say whatever you want. Meta.set display name. I'm going to say chat color.gray. And like I did before, I'm going to name it the noob kit. And then I'm going to create some lore. New array list. Import all that. I'm going to say lore.add. That's going to be an empty line, and I'm going to do another one. Click here to get the kit. I don't know, that color red. Now, if any of this stuff doesn't work for you, make sure you're importing the right things. It's like a really common error. You're importing the wrong imports. These are the imports for list and array list, Java utils. Just make sure you're checking your imports and stuff, and you should be able to go. So we created the name, we created the lore. Let's go ahead and put an enchantment on it. Now, this enchantment is not really for anything. We're just for looks. So add enchantment dot durability. I'm just going to say 1, and I'm going to say true because it doesn't really matter. And then we'll add a meta dot add item flag dot hide enchants. It's just got to hide the enchants, so we just get that glowing effect on it. So we don't see any enchants, we just get that glowing effect on the item. And then finally, we're going to type in item dot set item meta, and then inv dot set item 3 item. And the inventory is array based, meaning this is slot 0, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, slot 5, and so on. And then I'm just going to make pretty simple on myself. Actually, let's go ahead and type it. Let's say item. We're just going to use the same exact data types. We're just going to change their values around because I don't feel like creating more new data types, I guess. So material, I'm just going to change the material to an iron block. I'll change the meta to, actually, get that meta first. I'm going to get the meta, and then I'm going to say meta.set display name. We'll change the display name to aqua. And say iron kit. And then item.set item meta to meta. And then inventory.set item for item. Go ahead and copy this. We're going to do a lot of copy and paste in this episode just because we have 3 kits we're going to be creating. But it's going to be pretty simple. We're just going to edit around. Instead of iron block, it's going to be diamond block. So iron, it's going to be diamond. Instead of aqua, I don't know, I'm just going to put red. Instead of 4, put 5. And then finally, we can do kit equals inv. Or kits equal inv. So what I'm going to do is in the on enable, we're going to type in create inventory. Type in inventory. So when the server is starting up, when this plugin is loading in the on enable, it's going to create the inventory. It's going to go through this method. It's going to create all these items. It's going to set it in the inventory. Then it's going to set our global inventory equal to this inventory created in here. just so we create the inventory once, and whenever someone opens up the inventory, we don't have to keep recreating it a million different times. We can just go ahead and just open up the one we already created. And now there's so many different ways you can code this, but we're going to do it like this for this episode. And then once we have them inside the inventory, so we open it here. So once we have the inventory open, we're going to head and create an event. So we're going to say implements, listener. Go ahead and import listener. And then the on enable. Let's do it before it, and we'll say this dot get server dot get plugin manager dot register events this. Now we can go ahead and create the actual method event handler public void. We'll name it on click, and we can say it is player. No, it's inventory click events. All right, there we go. Import that, and there's a few things we need to do in here. So for the inventory, there's a few things we need to check, and the first thing we want to check is to see if they're in our inventory. So we'll say if, I'm going to do the opposite here, event.getView.getTitle .contains kits return. So if the inventory does not contain kits, the title of it, of course. So if the title is not kits, then just kick them out. We don't care about them. Next, we'll say if the event.getCurrentItem equals null, go ahead and just return out because we don't care about them. They're just clicking on an empty item. It's like clicking on right here. We don't care that they're clicking there. Next, we'll say if event.getCurrentItem .getItemMeta equals null. Same kind of thing. All our items have meta in here. It's kind of just a bug kind of check. So if they're clicking here, just kick them out. This is for bug purposes. Just put that in there. And then next, we want to create the player. So if now we know they're in our inventory. Now we know they're in the inventory kits. We know that they're not clicking on an empty slot or anything like that. So we can go ahead and deal with them now. So let's create player equals castable player to the event.getWhoClicked. And then we want to say event.setCanceled true. What event.getCanceled set true does, it makes it so when I click on an item, it doesn't give me that iron block. Then the item just disappears. We don't want people to get these items in their inventory or even put items from their inventory in there. We don't want anything to happen. I'm actually grab these real quick. Next thing we want to do, this is really important. This if statement is really important. We're going to put if event.getClickedInventory.getType equals inventory type dot player return. So what am I saying here? This if statement is really important because the slot numbers, when you're dealing with custom inventory, this is slot 0, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. This is slot 0, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. So after this, if I were to say, and we are going to say, event.getSlot equals 3, slot 3 for us is the noob kit. So this is the noob kit. But slot 3 is also this leather pants. So we want to make sure that they are clicking in this GUI and not the player GUI. As you see, if I click on the pants in the player GUI, nothing happens. I can't move them or do anything with it. I can't even shift click them in there. That's because I put this if statement here to return it. Now, if I don't have this if statement in here, people can click on this slot 3 and this slot 3's actions will run. So now that we know they're clicking in our inventory in the correct position, let's go ahead and deal with them. So if they're clicking in slot 3, that is our noob GUI, and let's go ahead and say player.has permission. So if they have the permission kits.noob, I'm sorry, if they don't have the permission kits.noob, go ahead and say player.send message. I will say you do not have permission to open this kit. And this is just for you guys. If you want to add permissions, you can. You probably do want to add a cooldown as well. And I did go over cooldowns in a previous video. You can go ahead and check out that video. I won't be adding cooldowns to this episode, but if you do, it's really simple. Go ahead and check out my cooldown video using hash maps. It's really easy to add it in. But we will add in a permission check. So if they have the permission kits.noob, go ahead and move on. And what we're going to do is just open, this is going to drop the chest. So we're just going to drop the chest here. We're also going to do player.close inventory and player.update inventory. Oh, not update commands. And what player.update inventory does, this is for the glitched block kind of thing. So there's always people here to try to, shift click this diamond block and then press escape at the same time and try to get it in the inventory. And basically what the update inventory does is if you put the set canceled and the update inventory, God forbid they actually get the item in there, the update inventory will just delete the item because it's going to be a fake item. So that's a good thing to put in there. Set cancel will not allow any of these items to move around anywhere. And then update inventory will remove a fake item. So if you don't have this, you can get this crafting table in there, but you can't do anything in it. It's just a ghost item. When you click on it, it'll go away. Adding the update inventory will just make it go away automatically, and the player won't even see it. They won't need to click on it to make it go away. It just won't be there. It's a good way to remove ghost blocks. And then let's go ahead and just copy this if statement. Paste it 2 more times. Change the slot from 3 to 4. Change this one down here from 3 to 5. And we'll just change kit noobs to kit iron and kit noobs down here to kit diamond. And let's create this drop chest method. So next is this private void drop chest player item stack items. So we're gonna need 2 parameters in here. We're gonna need a player and the item stack. So next, let me think, what's the best way? Yeah, let's keep doing this. Create a location. This is where our chest is gonna be located at. Import the location. And I'm setting it to null. And this is the reason why I'm setting it to null, is because I don't know what direction the player is looking in. So the way my plugin works is if I'm looking this way, the chest will spawn here. If I'm looking this way, the chest will spawn in this block. If I'm looking this way, the chest will spawn in this block. I need to check which direction the player is looking in. And this can get a little bit complicated if you had never done it before. So I'm going to type it up real quick. So if player.getFacing equals block face.north, what we're going to do is set chest equal to player.getLocation .add, and I'm going to 0 all these out and I'll explain it in 1 second. Go ahead and, all right, if you want to remove that yellow underline, just return null. Sorry, it's bothering me. Or return, sorry. Why is that? Oh, because it's never been used. Okay, never mind. So go ahead and copy this if statement and the chest under it, and we'll paste it 3 more times. And we're going to change this from north to south, change this from north to, let's do east, and then from north to west. So each time they're looking at a different direction, we need to change this location by something. just by 1. So if they're looking north, north affects the Z axis. So we're going to change it by -1. We're moving it 1 block further in front of them. If they are south, we're changing it by 1. It's the positive Z direction. And then for east, east and west will deal with the X, and the east will be 1, and the west will be -1. Now there is a site I will link in the description, and it shows this pretty cool graph right here. And you can see that, try to get both on the screen, that north is a -Z. So north, -1. I'm just adding 1 block further in front of them. South is a positive Z. South, +1. West, -X. West, -X. East, +X. East, +X. We're just adding 1 more block to that location. So it just spawns 1 more block further ahead of them. All right, once we have the location, we can say if chest.getBlock.getType does not equal material.air. That's just a check. You can do this if you want. You can do it if you don't. You don't have to do it. So if I'm standing right here and I type in /kits and I try to spawn a kit, you'll see it says can't open kit here. It can't spawn a chest where there's already a block. So what this if statement is doing is just saying, is that space in front of air? If it's air, go ahead and spawn the block. If it's not, don't spawn the block. We don't want to ruin anything else. So we'll say player.send message check color.red cannot open kit here. And then we can just go ahead and type in return. Like I said, just checking if that location is air. If it's not air, don't spawn the block, don't spawn the chest there. We don't want to spawn the chest there. Next was actually create the chest. Block equal chest dot get block. So we're getting the location of we're getting the block at the location of the chest. So if I'm spawning a chest here, we're getting this, sorry, I'm saying right here. We're getting this block, the one right above this slab. And we're going to say block.setType to material.chest. Excuse me, .chest. Next was create an actual chest. So we're going to say chest C equals the cast of a chest to the block.getState. Go ahead and import chest, and that is going to be the bucket.block.chest. Once you imported that, all we have to do is c.getInventory.addItem.items. So we're adding this item stack to the chest, to the inventory. And then that's it. So to make this work, we do need to get these items. And these are all custom items. As you can see, actually we'll go ahead and create it right now. So this is all up to you guys. The video's running at 23 minutes, so I'll try to go over this real quick. But I'm going to create 3 methods here, and they're all going to be very similar. And they're all going to return an item stack array. This one's going to be called getNoobKit. And we're creating an item stack of items equal to a curly brace, new item stack, material.col. I'm going to set the amount to 16, put another comma, and then let's actually put this, that, space that down, copy this. So this is one way to add items. And now this way, if you're doing it like this, it's kind of like basic Minecraft items. There's no meta update and stuff. I'm just adding just a bunch of random items. So I'm gonna add a leather helmet, and the amount will just be 1. And let's copy leather helmet actually. Because I'm gonna add leather helmet. I'm gonna add leather chest plate. I'm going to add leather leggings, leather boots, And hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Material dot. I could add all the sword and stuff, but to save time, I'm just going to add cooked beef, and I'm going to add 32 of them. Take away that comma, and then we'll type in return items. So all I did here was create an array of items. I put in some value to this array. I put in some coal, 16 of them. I put some leather armor and then some cooked beef of 32 cooked beef, and I'm returning the items. So what I'm going to do with this method right here is I'm going to scroll up to our onClick method, and right before we close the inventory, let's go ahead and type in this dot drop chest player, and the items will be from this dot get noob kit. So it's going to get our player, it's going to get the items, and it's going to drop that chest using our drops chest method right here. Like I said, a lot of copy and pasting. We're going to copy this one, and we're going to create the iron kit. So instead of get noob kit, get iron, and all I'm going to change it here is from leather to iron. But the diamond kit, I will show you guys how to do custom meta and stuff. Iron, and then we'll go back up to our onClick. Similarly, I'm going to copy this, paste it right here. Iron. I'm just doing the same thing as the noob kit, the same exact thing. Same thing. Getting that iron items and dropping that chest with the iron items. Finally, let's grab this one more time, paste it in, and go ahead and just remove everything inside the method. And we're going to create some custom items. Item stack item equals new item stack material dot diamond, and we'll do diamond pickaxe. I'm gonna do item meta equals item dot get item meta dot add enchant. I'm gonna add the enchantment of dig speed, and the dig speed will be 10, and I'll make this true. If it's above like normal enchantments, you gotta put true in there so it'll work. If you put false in here, this enchantment won't work because it's above dig speed 5, which is the max in Minecraft. Finally, item.set item meta to meta. It's exactly the same as creating this, creating the GUI. We're just creating a bunch of item stuff, and you can customize as much as you want. You can set display names. Y'all should know how to do all this with meta. I'm gonna go ahead and just copy this, and we'll paste it. Change from item to item 2, meta 2, meta 2, item 2, meta 2, because I'm super lazy. And instead of pickaxe, we're gonna put sword in here. And instead of dig speed, we'll put that looting mobs, which is like that looting. And then finally, we're just gonna say item stack items equals item 2, and then return items. Oh, change this to diamond. This is all up to you guys. Y'all can customize as much as you want. For the sake of the video, basically I'm just showing you guys you can create custom items right here, and then all you need to do is just add that to an item stack array and then return the items, and then with the same exact thing as the other kits. Go ahead and just copy this, paste it here, and instead of iron kit, we are going to do diamond kits. And we are done. 29 minutes, like 30 minutes exact. Wow. So we coded this in 30 minutes just like I did before. And finally, one last important thing, and that's creating that plugin.yml. So click on your SRC, go to new file, plugin.yml. Main, the main is going to be coded red .kit GUI .main. The name of the plugin is Kit GUI. The version is 1.0. The author is yourself. And then, very important, put the API version. And I'm going to use API version 1.13. Now, I got a question of this in one of the comments of my older videos of why I use 1.13 and why I don't use like 1.15, whatever the latest one. And I was on the forums and I actually had the same question. And MD5 actually said that 1.13 is probably the most stable, best version to use when you're using something simple. And our plugin's pretty freaking simple. It's not dealing with many things here. So 1.13 is perfectly fine if you're just going to deal with normal Minecraft stuff, normal 1.13 plus versions. Even if you're using an older version, API version 1.13 is perfectly fine. Now, if you want to use the 1.14 enchants, go ahead and put 1.14. If you want to use the custom blocks in 1.15, use 1.15. I'm telling you, I have coded all my plugins in API version 1.13, and no matter what version the server's on, it's been running perfectly fine. No errors. I recommend API version 1.13. Do some research and do whatever one you want to use. Finally, add the commands, and the commands is 2 spaces kits. And now, with everything done, let's go ahead and export this to our server. And I'm going to name it 16. This is how I name plugins on my server. Reload my server. And let's try this out. So if I type in... okay. Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit. If I type in kits... Oh, you can't see it. If I type in kits... You'll see we got this kits, GUI, we have noob kit, iron kit. Ooh. Oh, do we not? Oh, we didn't set the lore. Okay, so we can go in here and we can say meta.setLore. Lore. Okay, yep, whoops. Add that line in if you want to see this lore. Not that big of a deal, but we'll restart. Alright, if I do /kits, you'll see I got the kits and you got the lore now. Noob kit, iron kit, diamond kit. Let's click on noob kit. Got the chest spawning right in front of me. Open it up. You got the items in the chest. Let's do it again. Iron kit, got the iron items. And one more time, if I do the diamond kit, you'll see I got the diamond enchantment items. And the enchantments broke, and that is because right here, we forgot to put a 2 there. And that is it for this episode. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, go ahead and like it, subscribe, and go ahead and leave a comment and let me know anything you want to say. I do like to hear some video suggestions, so if you have some suggestions from videos, let me know. I will make that video. This video is actually a suggested idea, so I will make the video if you do suggest it to me, unless it's like super complicated, then you'll just hop on my Discord and I'll help you with it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you didn't already, go ahead and join my Discord and go ahead and check out my Patreon. Please help me out and support me through these rough times of the coronavirus. I did lose my job because it closed down because of the coronavirus. So if you do want to help me out, support me on Patreon, please go ahead and do so. Links are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.